Mike Bond of MMA Junkie here in Times Square with Bellator Heavyweight Grand Prix semi-finalist Ryan Bader, who fights Matt Mitrione Friday night. Ryan, we're in the midst of fight week. You have to cut weight. This is a heavyweight fight. Just how do you feel like a couple days out from a fight compared to how you would if you were kind of punishing yourself through a weight cut? I know it's not too bad of a weight cut, but just still in general. I mean,
still, right now I'd be 15 pounds over, so I'd have to pull 15 pounds of water out of my body to make weigh-ins tomorrow, make weight. So that'd be me getting in the sauna suit, hot baths, from, now until 8 o'clock, and then do another bath, and wake up in the morning and do a bath and get it off, and then weigh in. Now, I'm here, I get to eat. I'm going to go eat right after this, and hydrate, feel good for tomorrow, walk on those scales, feeling fresh, feeling excited. It becomes a fight in and of itself to go out there and make that weight. And then you're like, all right, now I got to actually fight, the next day. And so it takes one less stressor out of the fight week.
How does training camp differ? I mean, are you just able to be a little more free with your preparation? You're not kind of on that strict schedule of, I need to be here on this date, etc.?
Training camp is pretty much the same. One good thing is I get to keep my strength and conditioning routine a little longer into camp. Like, I'm not killing myself. I'm tapering, all that kind of stuff. But when I'm cutting down to 205, I can't get stronger because I put on some mass. I'm probably 10 pounds heavier than I usually am of good, quick weight. So training camp's not too different. It's just like I can add more to that training camp without worrying, oh man, I'm 235 right now. It's going to be a bad cut.
Yeah. In terms of the actual preparation, it's very different than the last one. I mean, King Mo has said he could fight up middleweight if he wanted to. You're fighting a guy who is a very large heavyweight. So how do you get ready for Matt Mitrione? Did you bring in bigger guys? Do you work with bigger guys? How'd that all go down? Yeah,
I worked with bigger guys, but I also worked with quick guys, quick southpaws. And for me, the weight isn't an issue. I've always done well against bigger guys. I feel I'm just as strong as, if not stronger, than these big guys. Plus, I bring the added benefits of being fast and being quick and athletic. Some of the attributes that he uses against other heavyweights that are plodding and stand there. He's in and out. He's being quick, whatever. He uses that speed. Which, if I'm coming up there with that speed, plus I'm strong, plus I have the ability to take you down, knock you out, the whole package. I think I don't think the weight really comes into play at all. He might be 10, 15, whatever, even 20 pounds heavier than me. Who cares? I do it every day in the gym. I love going against heavier guys. I loved wrestling heavier guys. I felt like I was quicker, better, stronger, faster.
What about the matchup itself? I mean, he historically, maybe his ground game he's known for his striking, his knockouts and stuff. Do you feel when you look at the grappling side of it, that's where you hold a big advantage, even though maybe you don't feel like you have to fight him there, but that's maybe your path of least resistance?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I can fight anybody anywhere. I feel like, and I've proven that time and time again, especially lately. But if you look at stylistically, what are my strengths? And my strengths are his weaknesses. That wrestling department, the ground game, and the cardio. That's what I do well. That's why I break people. That's why, if I've never lost a decision. I'm willing to go there. I've been there a million times. I'm willing to go that deep dark place where you're like, you start to question yourself, and even more so right now. I feel like I'm in the best shape of my life. So yes, I do feel like that's a spot where I can exploit for sure. And if you look at his record. It doesn't mean shit, right? But if you look at that record, what wrestlers has he fought? He's fought Rory Nelson, and yeah, he's a wrestler, but he's a big guy. He'll run you to the cage kind of wrestler. I don't think he hasn't fought a dynamic, quick, strong, explosive wrestler like myself.
Yeah, and do you feel, I mean, the other tournament, the welterweight tournament, it's 5-round fights going all the way through. Are you fine with this just being 3-rounders? I mean, I imagine you don't think it's going to go 5 anyways, but when you kind of think of how it differs?
Hell yeah, I'm good with 3. I don't want to fight 5 rounds if I don't have to. It's for championship rounds, and if I, going in here and fighting 3 rounds is good with me, especially in a tournament style. It's in and out. My last fight was 15 seconds. I want to be in and out. All these fights. This is a tournament. I want to be healthy and ready, go out there and win and be ready for January. So yeah, I'm cool with it being 3 rounds. I think any fighter, if you ask them, they're like, fuck, I'll do 3 any day of the week. So yeah.
And you keep saying how good you feel. How much of that has to do with just being in Bellator in general? I mean, it seems like you're getting a lot more respect from the MMA community, from just people in general being here. Maybe you get to shine a little more. Does that factor into your mental stability right now?
Yeah, it does. Everybody's super cool here. Fight week is so easy and fun, and And I just love the organization, love being a part of it, love fighting for it, love being able to keep expanding and move that barrier further and further away to, these fans. They're starting to tune into Bellator over, other organizations. They're paying attention. We're doing cool stuff like these welterweight and heavyweight tournaments. It's different. It's getting back almost to the old school side of MMA, where I feel, like the UFC and stuff are going in a totally different direction. I love being here, and I have nothing bad to say about anybody. I love all mixed martial arts, and I had fun over there, but I'm having a blast over here.
Yeah, and I know pound for pound doesn't necessarily mean anything to some people, but do you think you win this tournament, you're going to get that true pound for pound respect, being high on those lists for a lot of people?
That's a good question. I've never really thought about it, but yeah, going out here and being two-division champion and beating the guys I've beaten, I'm not fighting scrubs out here, and let alone doing this two-division champion at a higher weight where, one mistake could end your whole night. It's definitely an accomplishment. I think I would definitely have to be talked about in the pound for pound list.
Yeah, and I know you want to defend both. You said that that's the goal, not just to win both. The real accomplishment is defending both. How realistic do you think that is? I know Scott Coker has said, talking to when Rory McDonald was fighting for the middleweight belt, he said, we're going to play this by ear. It's going to be, each situation is different. I'm not going to put out a hard and fast rule. So what's the likelihood you think they allow you to do that, and how do you see that working, just schedule-wise? Yeah,
and I love that about him, and that's why one more thing about Bellator that I love being over here is that, he came to me and said, you can keep your light heavyweight. You want to enter this tournament? Before we even knew who was in there, we said yes. And, and here we are in semifinals, and get to the point where I do win this thing, two-division champion. I plan on defending both. I want to, and I want to do that, but we'll play it by ear also. I kind of said it before, if there's a more intriguing fight somewhere else as far as like at heavyweight rather than light heavyweight, it may be time to think about it then. But I love that he's keeping it open, and for me, my mindset right now is obviously just to win this fight in front of me. But go out there and win. I want to do both.
Yeah, and I mean, it seems like they'll be willing to maybe handle it a little more gracefully. We just found out today Daniel Cormier is going to be stripped of his 205 title, so they can do John Jones versus Alexander Gustafsson. What do you make of that? Yeah,
I feel like that's happening a lot, because they're trying to fill these cards, and they're pulling from future cards and just to fill those cards right in front of you, and sooner or later, somebody's there holding the bag and it runs out, and you need somebody there, So Cormier was active. He went up there and got both belts. I think he deserves to stay the champion, and have them fight, and they can face him, if he wants to fight after his heavyweight title defense, especially him stepping in right now. Now, I know he wants that Lesnar fight. That's the most important thing for him, and it should be. It's a big money fight for him, and that's what he cares about. But yeah, I don't think he should have been stripped.
Yeah, and focus on you more so. You win this fight on Friday. Are you heading out to Uniondale on Saturday to watch Fedor and Chael do this thing live?
Yeah, oh yeah. It's nice going first. It's
last in the first round.
I was the last in the first round, so I got to sit back and watch everybody else fight. So now I get to go out there, fight. Go out there and get a win, and go watch this fight stress-free, and see who's facing in the finals.
Yeah, and who do you think wins that fight between Chael and Fedor?
Man, I don't know. Everybody's saying, oh, Fedor's going to kill him, he's going to do this, and for me, this fight's really 50-50. It's a battle of game plans. If Chael goes out there and gets a takedown right away, just one, I think, it's confidence. I think he wins that fight and takes him down. If Fedor can stuff 2 of Chael's takedowns, I think Fedor runs away with it.
There you go. Well, it all goes down this weekend. Ryan Bader, Matt Mitrione, Bellator 207. Thank you for the time, Ryan.
Thank you.